photography and profiles.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Alright, here we go.
Put Chelsea to work.
Good afternoon and welcome to Indian Time on this wonderful Friday, April 22nd. Jessica McBride.
Gary Fife, Jeho Jifkados.
And we're going to have some fun today, I think. Very light, nothing in deep or numbers or, the typical things that happen when I get on the camera.
You're looking for it because you were working on a health story. So now
Exactly.
you're like, I don't have to do any of that.
Well, we wanted to update all of our viewers. We've changed the website to where you go to click on Indian Time. So if you go to muscogeemedia.com, of course, and then you scroll down on the right hand side, there will be a little box that says Indian Time. You just click that and that will take you to our live stream. So it won't be anything up at the top. Shouldn't be that confusing on where it's at. Just a little box right here, right hand side at
Yeah, and the reason we
muscogeemedia.com.
decided to do that too was because when we were putting the Indian Time stream in a post, and then news and everything was pushing the post off of the page.
Mm-hmm.
So and also the live stream happens every day, so it was kind of like fitting it into the news stream of the other parts. It was just taking up a slot that could be filled with a story, so we decided we're going to just make a place. You can go there, you can click it, and you can watch the most recent Indian Time will play, or if Indian Time is broadcasting right now, that will play,
Right.
and then you're good. So that was the decision making.
Moving on, we've got a few announcements for Friday. Thank you, Gary, for bringing these. Muscogee Media is doing graduation announcements and senior photography. So senior photography is somewhat new this year. We're bringing it back from several years ago. Now the order deadline is April 29th, and there's some stipulations as far as you have to order graduation announcements in order to get the senior photos made. You have to order so many things like that. So all those details, you can either go to muscogeemedia.com or you can call 918-732-7720. That number is also on our website, and find out more information. Remember, the order deadline's April 29th, and they're not taking any late orders.
That is next Friday, so
Yes.
you better get it in gear. Speaking of deadlines, I know we've mentioned this before on several venues here, but we want to remind you that Friday, May the 13th by 5 p.m. is the deadline for materials to be submitted for the special graduation announcements section of Muscogee Nation News. That's important because if you're late, you're out of luck, because you've got to compose the page and put all this material together, which is a monstrous job, and then get the paper out to the general subscribers. So you need a recent digital photo with the graduate's information, which must be typewritten and submitted by email. Again, that's Friday, May the 13th by 5 p.m. and no late profiles will be accepted. I know we've had a couple people who were disappointed last year, but we're telling you now, we're saying, come on, we'd love to publish it, but it can't be late. What else? In the graduate profile form, which has a 150-word limit, name, parents, high school, college, university that you're graduating from, the degree, the graduate's clan, tribal town, church, or ceremonial ground if appropriate, and accomplishments, and that's a 100-word limit there. So you're kind of boxed in, but we ask you to do this so that we can fit it all together and get it put together on the page and laid out, and then get it printed. So there's a lot of monstrous stuff there to do. So lots of things.
The National Day to Prevent Teen Pregnancy Awareness event. Now this is Wednesday, May the 4th at the Omniplex, which is also, we know it as the Muscogee Dome. It's at 3:30 to 6, and it's a come and go event. If you need more information, you can contact the Muscogee Nation Youth Services Program at 918-549-2557.
I think that's important to underline for Oklahoma's got some of the worst statistics in the nation in regards to teen pregnancy. So,
and they're also going to have HIV and Hep C testing available. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of resources and free T-shirts. So
yay,
there you
like
go.
This one for Earth Day last year. The MCN Junior Bot Ball Challenge is coming up on April the 30th from 9 to 2, and that's at the Tulsa Expo Square Pavilion down in Tulsa. It's open to the public. It's a free event. About 500 students get together in teams and make their little robots run around a little board or push things or pick things up.
You've been to one of the bot ball events, haven't you?
It was amazing. I mean, 5th and 6th graders were just so comfortable with this technology, and they would sit and fiddle with their keyboards for a bit and then get this robot program, put the little flash drive in, and all of a sudden this robot's running around doing these little tasks. And one of the things that impressed me was one team was having problems getting this robot to make a sharper turn. It kept swinging out and falling off the board. And this young lady says, "I can fix that." I went, "Oh my God, you can." I mean, geez, you've got a whole lot more going for you than I do. So that was pretty amazing. But anyway, it's on the 30th at the Tulsa Expo Square.
What's pretty cool about this program too is the National Council passed legislation to fund some of the teams at the schools. So you might, if you're a parent, want your kid a part of this program, you might look into the school's program to see if Creek Nation sponsors it.
One of the things I think it's important to know is that it sharpens the students' interest in things academic. So, because there's engineering and mathematics and I guess some physics involved in the simplest of terms, and these kids get a feel for it. Say, I can do that, and I can make this thing work, and then they have a good time doing it. But they also get to work with a team.
Right.
The teamwork there, the socialization process, how to deal with appointments and disappointments rather, and challenges, and share your solutions and say, hey, I can make this work, and bingo, they do. So that was just so cool to watch.
Another flyer, we have the Muscogee Creek Nation School Clothing Program. You can apply starting May 2016 for the new school year, and then that's for, that's for January 2017. Excuse me, no. This is kind of confusing, actually. For 2016, you can apply starting May 2nd through December 31st, and then starting January 1st, 2017, you can apply starting January 1st through December 31st. The program ends December 31st, 2017, and all applications have to be turned in and completed. It's a grant of $200, and any enrolled student who is 3 years all the way through the 12th grade is eligible.
I think you better hang on to your receipts on that one too,
Yes,
because they want some
so.
verification that it was actually spent for school clothing.
Phone number, in case you need it, 918-732-7600, and then ask for the school clothing program.
There's a language council meeting on Friday, May the 6th, down at the Muscogee Indian Community. They'll be talking about things like the discussion of trees, the names for trees, which is important. Keep our language alive, and a recognition of the differences in dialects, things like this. So the only tree I remember is Aquana, which is Willow, my dog's name. So again, that is Friday, May the 6th, down at the Muscogee Indian Community. So if you're invited to help them identify trees in the Muscogee language.
The Muscogee Creek Nation Family Violence Prevention Program and then Children and Family Services are hosting a guest speaker. Her name is Virginia Ginger Lewis, and she's going to be talking about her own story of coping and recovery having to do with sexual abuse and things like that. It's Thursday, May 5th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Mound Building. It doesn't sound like you have to sign up or anything. You should just be able to show up. On this Ms. Lewis's website, she kind of talks about her story, and there's also Tulsa World articles too and some other resources available. Her website is toprevail.org. But if you have more or have questions about the event, You can contact Crystal Polk at 918-732-7979.
Now, it's important to probably share that Ginger Lewis is talking about her own experiences
Right.
from her father, who was a prominent Tulsa attorney, and she had to live with this all of her life. Now she's at a point where she can share it and encourage other women to speak up and have something done about it. But I was amazed. At the time this sort of thing was happening, it was all closed doors. I mean, you never brought it out in the open. It was never discussed. It was always hidden as the dirty secret.
And she's also an advocate for House Bill 2292. Now, I believe this is a House bill for the state of Oklahoma, but she's trying to advocate for the removal of the statute of limitations. So the years afterwards, maybe after the victim has healed, they can go back and actually pursue charges against
Right.
their abuser.
See that justice gets served. May 5th is a very busy day. There's also movies at the Dome again, May the 5th, starting at 6:30 p.m. The movie for this session is Disney's Pixar Inside Out. So a great one for children. The activities again begin at 6 p.m. at the Dome. Free admission, concession is available, which means you may have to buy your own popcorn, but you can get in free. May the 5th is National Children's Mental Health Awareness Day also. So if you want more information on that, it's 918-758-1930. And that's a wonderful thing put on by a wonderful group of our own people. So you might want to check it out.
Have you seen that movie, Gary?
No, I haven't been to Pixar.
I'm a big Disney fan, and I actually went to see it with my husband, and it's actually a good movie for adults too.
Inside Out. No spoilers?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody,
Okay.
but it's a really good movie, or at least I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not as good as Toy Story, but it's still a very
Now, I
good
have
movie.
seen Toy Story. I have to admit that. I was stuck in Kotzebue once and staying with some friends, and the only thing they had going was the kids' videos. I said, oh, well, might as well. Toy Story, yeah, I've heard about that one. Let's see it. I said, wow, incredible how that technology has advanced so much. It used to be such a chore to have to watch stuff like that. Okay, on that, we've got a few left in our ammo belt here.
The Scholarship Foundation program for Creek Nation is hosting a 5K run and a fun run walk. This is on Saturday, May 14th. There is an entry fee. It's $20 for the fun run and $25 for the 5K. After May 1st, it looks like that price goes up. So to register, let's see, they've got a website that you can go to. It's www.strideforeducation2016.eventbrite.com, or you can contact Jennifer Killian at 918-732-7763. Registration on May 14th begins at 7 a.m., so bright and early.
So for you hardcore golfers out there, here's a chance to get out and play your favorite game and do it for a good cause. Okay, let's see. Flaco Creek Tribal Town has a citizens fundraiser coming up on Saturday, May the 14th. That starts at 11 a.m. at the Alabama Quasarte Community Building. Now that's on Highway 27 northwest of Wetumpka. So lunch sale starts at 11 and bingo starts at 12:30.
And then it's already festival time again, Gary.
Oh, yes.
The golf tournament for this year's festival will be June 10th through the 12th. So they've got 3 days of tournaments going on, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's $50 a person or $200 a team, and the deadline to register is June 1st. Now, each team must consist of at least 2 natives or full-time Muscogee Creek Nation employees.
You a golfer?
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm
either.
terrible at golf.
I've never golfed before in my life. Now, believe it or not, we have Brian On the Hill coming on Muscogee Radio on the June 2nd program. He's going to preview this year's June Festival. And he told me they have one major entertainer, country and western entertainer, confirmed. But he's keeping that under wraps. So they're saving that for their big announcement later on this
Did he
year.
say when that announcement's going to be?
No, he didn't, but we'll try and pry that out of him, and I'm sure that their publicity mill will be cranking that one out when the time comes. I'm funny, we were teasing about Earth Day today, but I went out there today to see what was happening. A gorgeous day, folks. It was beautiful, perfect Oklahoma spring weather. Bright and sunny, a little bit of cloud there to give you occasional shot of shade, and a light breeze. It was wonderful. So they were out working the loop, the 56th loop, from like around the College of Muscogee Nation area. A team was down towards the, working towards the highway going to Morris. Then there was one out on 75 working north from Box all up the way up to the 56th loop. And one comment I got was, this ought to be an easy gig this year because it's not as dirty. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe our message finally sunk in, or else people are throwing their trash elsewhere. But they were having a good time. Gorgeous reason to get out of the office and be out in the Oklahoma weather. Just beautiful today. And as far as I know, before I left, no one had found any snakes. So
That's a good thing.
no Jetto this year so far.
That's a good thing this time of year.
No.
About how many people you think were out there?
About 60 to 70, I think. Most of them were Creek tribal employees, but there was a nice representation from the county. What do you call them?
The city and county officials?
Mostly county. The agricultural group there. I've forgotten what it is. Anyway, they had a bunch of young people show up too, and they looked like they were almost in uniform, but it was fun. They just came up, everyone signed up and got their vests and their bags and their gloves, and bang, they were off and running. And I have to agree, it was cleaner than I think last year when we went out and looked at it for the little bit we could because of the rain. But it's wonderful to see the community coming together like that.
Absolutely.
For a decent reason.
Well, yeah, for a great cause. Clean up the community.
Right. So that's it for us. We're out of ammo, folks.
Yep. Tune in next week, next Monday, 3:30 here on Indian Time, MuscogeeMedia.com. Until then, this is Jessica McBride.
And Gary Fife.
See you next week.
Hello.